Well, it may have worked in the early 2000s, but I think people are getting wise to the politics of fear, the politics of intimidation. And Mark and Andy, you know, you come up here from New York City and you come down from Albany where you're working for Annie Rabbit, right? You were working for Annie Rabbit. That's what you said when you were at that meeting. Representing Andy. Volunteer for Annie Rabbit. Well, should we say maybe two Republican activists, one an attorney with multi-million dollars, houses all over the place. As a matter of fact, we can't tell which house you live in. Now, I do know it's really sort of ballsy for someone who's a potential election fraud felon to come up here and tell us about our town. And you can point your finger at me, but the Attorney General of the State of New York has a complaint from me on you, and the District Attorney in Orange County has a complaint, and the U.S. Attorney's Office has a complaint for felony voter fraud. Now, this is town business. This is town business. So you guys are here, what, to support the new candidates or to support the town of Wallkill? Yeah. All right. I'm here to set the record straight, to say that in the town of Wallkill, the politics of fear and intimidation are not going to work. They're the things that got us into this financial crisis that we have right now. The politics of fear and intimidation in Washington from a neoconservative Republican president who did away with all the controls in the financial industry that got us to this point. This town is probably doing better than any other town around here financially. And these guys know that I'm a real critic. Eric, do I come up here and criticize you? John? Never, Vince. Anyone, right?
Never.
I've been up here criticizing them a lot of times. But I'll tell you one thing. Fiscally irresponsible is not what they are. They've tried their best to make a reasonable budget every year. And I have to say that I agree with John King that the Greenwald law firm dropped the ball on the sale of that building by dicking around with little pieces of the contract that scared off the buyer. Now, you guys get a lot of money from this town. You've gotten a lot of money in the past, and I'm glad that you toned it down. But I think the Greenwald law firm hasn't acted expeditiously enough on many issues and has overcharged the town quite a bit. Now, John King was one of the ones who came here and said, let's get rid of the Greenwald law firm, and he did some research on it. John King, you can hardly get him at home to have a private conversation because he's always doing town business on his private phone. Now, I think the people in the town of Wallkill have to decide whether the politics of fear and intimidation are going to drive the election with two people, or at least I know Andy here from Staten Island, who used to give a lot of money to Vito Foselli, and Rudy Giuliani, the Bush campaign, all the people that got us into trouble. He gives money to the people that take it out of the mouths of the working class and give it to their rich friends. That's the kind of guy Andy is. He gives money to them. So I think the town has to make a serious commitment to having a rational race for office or a race devoted to fear and intimidation, because that's what I see coming down the pike from the opponents here, fear and intimidation.